violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
New at 10, a delivery driver was carjacked in the Loop today while on the job. Kolawole Ojo says that he got out of his car to make a delivery this afternoon. And when he came back, two men with a gun took the car and drove off.
Woo! So Uber Eats, DoorDash, Lyft Eats, whatever transportation service, food transportation service that you may be using or involved in, just understand that this is a very dangerous job now, especially in these major inner cities. Super gremlins are waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They see you leave your car with some food, and they're on the block across the street scoping you out. Okay? So I would advise you guys to start carrying. We've seen in Philadelphia where multiple of these food transportation service guys have clapped back. And I love to see it, man, because these carjackers, I don't care how old they are. I don't care how old they are. They deserve shell casings.
This happened right near State and Lake Streets. And now Ojo says that he's thinking about going into a safer profession.
Well, I think maybe I'm going to quit the job.
Man. So y'all got this African dude spooked. Came over here, immigrant, tried to make a living, tried to do the right thing. And now y'all got this brother quitting his job. This is the exact reason why ADOS, Black Americans, have beef with Africans, because they see what these little super gremlins are doing. They see what these dudes are doing. So when they come out and they talking that Akata stuff, at this point, you can't even be mad at them. Because these dudes are falling in line with all the stereotypes. All the things that they say, man, that's not true about Super Gremlin. Bruh. It's getting truer and truer to this day.
Well, I think maybe I'm going to quit the job. Oh, this is crazy. This is a risk of life.
Police do not have anyone in custody, and they are investigating this incident.
Talk about another interesting story. New video obtained by CWB Chicago shows the moment police exchanged gunfire with the driver of a stolen car. This happened last night on Lower Wacker. The driver first tried to reverse the car away from police before running into a...
With Chicago topping 800 murders for the first time in 25 years, carjacking...
Woo! Chicago topping 800 murders for the first time, 25 years. Let that sink in.
Is on the rise, along with a seemingly never-ending string of smash-and-grab robberies. Republicans are seizing the moment as the election season ramps up. They are calling for the repeal of the Safety Act, which ushered in reforms to improve police accountability, while addressing calls for more equity in the justice system to address mass incarcerations. Republicans...
Guys, when it comes to mass incarcerations and the disproportionate amount of Black and brown people who are incarcerated, look, all of that is a fallacy. Okay? They're dangling something in your face that you're supposed to be empathetic about, right? That there are too many Black and brown people, super gremlins, locked up in the prison system. What they're not telling you is that these super gremlins and burrito gremlins are the main ones doing the crimes. So when you take into account that our culture, especially in the super gremlin culture, we glorify these crimes. We glorify carjackings. We glorify kick does. We glorify drive-bys. We glorify walk-ups. When you take that into account, it makes perfect sense why there's a disproportionate amount of black and brown people in these prisons, because we have a culture that embraces, protects, and uplifts criminals.
Complained the bill was passed in the middle of the night with virtually no debate, calling it dangerous to public safety.
They've called the bill the Safety Act, but in reality, it was hasty and it was in poor judgment. We warned you that this would make crime even worse. Welcome to reality.
Wow. And shout out to her. It takes big ovaries to say that. Okay. She understands what's going on, because she's not blinded by the wokeness and all this foolishness. All right. But people will call her racist because she wants to protect the community. It's really sickening.
Safety Act, but in reality, it was hasty and it was in poor judgment. We warned you that this would make crime even worse. Welcome to reality.
The Legislative Black Caucus accusing Republicans of using racial scare tactics. The chairman of an anti-crime...
Bro, we got to get rid of these black caucuses, bro. They enjoy watching blood in the streets. At this point, I'm assured of it, that they want to see more super gremlins killed on Martin Luther King Boulevard, on Thurgood Marshall Boulevard, on on Malcolm X Drive. They want more bloodshed at this point.
Crime Task Force saying Republicans offered no input on the bill.
And so they want to use this as a political football.
Democrats say they are working on changes to the act, encouraging Republicans to join the discussions.
Because of this quick move to make our criminal justice system part of this progressive movement, which has backfired to epic proportions. So this is about them saving their seats.
And what I will say is, y'all Republicans, y'all got to grab your nuts. Grab your nuts and say what needs to be said. Because the problem with the Republicans is that they've been too soft. They need to come down hard on this stuff, verbally and with the actions, with legislation.
Governor Pritzker defending the bill, firing back at Republicans.
These are the same people that voted against budgets that provide funding for violence interruption programs.
Violence interruption programs. Bruh, just give that money to the police officers. Ain't no violence interruption programs. You talking about Pookie and Ray Ray, who just got done doing a 15-year bid, coming out speaking to these young folks, talking about some shooter. Back in my day, I had the bricks, I had this, but that ain't what you need to do. And look at all these violence interrupters who getting gunned down. What are you talking about, bruh?
Those are the people that held that press conference. They don't really mean what they say. They're just trying to bring up some sort of campaign issue, and frankly, it's all pretty false.
While Democrats and Republicans remain divided over how to best address the crime problem, one thing remains clear: it is going to be a significant campaign issue between now and the November election.
It actually makes me very sad that the kids are, around this type of situations and not in school or doing what 11-year-olds usually do.
Still traumatized, this woman asked not to be on camera as she reacts to the arrest of an 11-year-old boy who, along with at least 3 other males, are accused of carjacking her and her.
Is that Lil Yummy? Is that Lil Yummy? We got a 11-year-old super gremlins out here terrorizing the streets. Not only the streets, but women in the streets. And you heard the Democrats' position when it comes to crime in Chicago. Just send a violence interrupter. Just send a violence interrupter, Let's see if they can solve this issue. That 11-year-old super gremlin will shoot that violence interrupter in the face and not think twice. He'll go home and have sweet, dreams.
As this woman asked not to be on camera as she reacts to the arrest of an 11-year-old boy who, along with at least 3 other males, are accused of carjacking her and her adult daughter at gunpoint.
He didn't really say anything. He just was patting my daughter's pockets to see what else was in her pockets.
A neighbor's doorbell security camera captured the bold daytime crime that happened in the driveway of the woman's house last November.
And she's lucky they didn't kill her. Because that's the type of demon time that these super gremlins are on. Let's not get it mistaken.
The video shows the mother and daughter returning home in a red SUV as a dark-colored car driving down the street suddenly stops.
And that's a stolen BMW for your behind.
At least 2 of the alleged carjackers then get out of the car. Their driver pulls into a nearby alley.
The kid stopped and looked at me, and my daughter looked at me, and I said, "Oh, God."
God. Yo, she seen these 2 super gremlins and she was like, Lord have mercy. It's 2 super gremlins coming up, pants sagging, puffy designer coats, belts not even fastened. And she said, Lord have mercy. I know exactly what they've come here to do. See, white people understand what's going on. They just have this cognitive dissonance about them because they don't want to be perceived as racist. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you see a super gremlin masked up with the Pooh Shiesty mask, a designer coat, and pants sagging, you already know what time it is. And that time is demon time.
My alley.
The kid stopped and looked at me, and my daughter looked at me, and I said, "Oh, God." And within 20 seconds, a kid walked up and pulled a gun out on us.
Moments later, the 11-year-old can be seen coming up the driveway.
He actually skipped.
Uh-oh, he's a runner. He's a track star. That boy was running to the money.
The gun out on us.
Moments later, the 11-year-old can be seen coming up the driveway.
He actually skipped like a child all the way up, like skipping, like, you know, like a little, like young kids do.
I'm telling you, they love this stuff. Super gremlins love this stuff. Love it. Can't get enough. Can't get enough. Can't get enough. Loving it. Love the street light. Love jacking. Love robbing. Love killing.
You know, he's being a kid.
It was over in a matter of minutes. The young thief and others made off with the SUV, the women's purses, and cell phones. And while the victims did eventually get the vehicle back and some of their belongings, the woman says what cannot be replaced is her sense of safety, her trust of others, and a belief.
Trust of others? No, just trust of super gremlins. That's all it is. It's not of others. Maybe if you were filling out a test and they ask you your race and you put other, maybe those, but no. It's not about trust of others. It's just about trusting super gremlins. That's it. She doesn't trust them anymore because she was trying to be woke. She was trying to be progressive and it backfired. But when reality strikes and these real life situations come up, they know exactly who's doing this stuff.
Woman says what cannot be replaced is her sense of safety, her trust of others, and a belief in our criminal justice system.
I'm questioning the parenting, the judges, prosecutors. I mean, nothing happens.
Investigators say they are still pursuing other leads in hopes of arresting the other carjackers involved.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.